Lions News Fan Report. The Detroit Lions are undergoing a profound defensive transformation, and at the center of this revolution is Kelvin Sheppard, the team's new defensive coordinator. But what can we really expect from this new phase? Will Sheppard be able to imprint his identity on the Lions' defense and take the team to another level? The road won't be easy, but Sheppard's philosophy is already beginning to shape the DNA of this new defense, bringing principles that go far beyond statistics and traditional metrics. Promoted from linebackers coach to defensive coordinator following Aaron Glenn's departure, Sheppard has already made it clear what his approach will be: intensity, unity, and non-negotiable effort. In a recent interview with Fox 2 Detroit, he emphasized that his core philosophy is for players to play together and fight for one another. According to him, the foundation of success is not in statistics but in absolute commitment on the field. Our DNA will be absolute effort. There is no room for laziness or inattention. Anyone who doesn't give their all won't fit into our defense, Sheppard stated. It's about being relentless, fighting until the last moment, battling for every inch of the field. If we do that, the results will come naturally. What makes Sheppard's approach so unique is the fact that he sees defense not just as a strategic unit but as a living organism that must be in perfect harmony. This means that players must trust each other, execute their roles precisely, and above all, maintain the mindset that every play matters. This mentality fits perfectly into the Lions' culture under Dan Campbell, who has always preached an aggressive and resilient style of play. Sheppard's rise within the Lions has been meteoric. A former NFL linebacker for 8 seasons, he began his coaching career under Dan Campbell in 2021 and in just 5 years has already assumed the role of defensive coordinator. However, his challenge is enormous, especially as a coach still without play-calling experience. To overcome this obstacle, Sheppard will rely on the support of an experienced coaching staff, including Casey Rogers, the new defensive line coach and run game coordinator. He believes that with the right guidance and a solid strategic approach, he can maximize the potential of the Lions' defense. Everything starts up front, Sheppard emphasized. If we look at the teams that made it to the finals, we'll see that their foundation is in the strength of the trenches. Football may evolve, but games are still won by dominating the offensive and defensive lines. It's not enough to have talented pass rushers. You have to earn the right to rush the quarterback. That only happens if we have a balanced defense that knows how to stop the run and force passing situations. This focus on the defensive line as the key piece of the Lions' defense is no coincidence. The best teams in the NFL build their defenses from the inside out, ensuring that pressure on the line of scrimmage forces opponents into mistakes and makes life easier for the linebackers and secondary. Sheppard's plan, then, is to create a defensive unit that commands respect from the very first snap. The 2024 season was marked by injuries that compromised the Lions' defensive strength. Now the team's focus is on reinforcing its defensive line, adding more depth to support stars like Aiden Hutchinson and Alam McNeill when they are fully recovered. The big challenge will be ensuring that the roster has not only talent but also enough depth to withstand a long and demanding NFL season. Additionally, the defensive mindset that Sheppard wants to implement will require all players to be in top physical and mental shape. The Lions' defense will be built on pillars like aggressiveness, endurance, and situational intelligence. In other words, players must be able to adapt to any situation and maintain intensity from start to finish. If Sheppard can implement his vision and transform the Lions' defense, it could have enormous implications for the franchise's future. A solid defensive system not only elevates the team's overall performance, but also allows the offense to play with more confidence, knowing it can rely on a defense that keeps games competitive. This synergy between offense and defense is what separates average teams from elite NFL contenders. One of the major advantages of Sheppard's approach is its emphasis on player development. He believes that success is not just about acquiring top talent, but about cultivating the right mindset within the locker room. His hands-on coaching style, combined with his experience as a former player, allows him to connect with the roster in a unique way. He understands what it takes to compete at the highest level and is determined to instill that same mentality in his players. Another key aspect of Sheppard's philosophy is adaptability. While he has a clear vision of the defensive identity he wants to build, he's also aware that flexibility is essential in the modern NFL. Defensive schemes must evolve throughout the season, adjusting to opponents' strengths and weaknesses. Sheppard has already indicated that he plans to incorporate various fronts and formations, ensuring that the Lions remain unpredictable and difficult to scheme against. Beyond his defensive philosophy, Sheppard is also focused on leadership development within the team. He knows that great defenses are built not only with talent but also with strong voices in the locker room. He has been working closely with veteran players, encouraging them to take ownership of the unit and set a high standard for accountability. This leadership structure will be crucial when facing adversity during the season. Another key area Sheppard is emphasizing is communication. He wants every player to have a deep understanding of the game plan and be able to make adjustments on the fly. This level of situational awareness can be the difference between a good defense and a great one. By fostering an environment where players are comfortable voicing concerns and making real-time decisions, Sheppard is aiming to create one of the most cohesive defensive units in the league. Looking ahead, the true test for Sheppard will come on game day. Implementing a system in practice is one thing, but executing it under the bright lights of an NFL Sunday is another challenge entirely. His ability to make real-time adjustments, communicate effectively with his players, and maintain composure under pressure will determine his success as a first-time defensive coordinator. If he can rise to the occasion, the Lions could be on the verge of a defensive resurgence. Sheppard's approach also extends beyond the game itself. He is keen on fostering a culture of accountability and discipline that will resonate throughout the organization. He understands that the best defenses are built not just on talent and strategy, but on an unwavering commitment to a shared mission. This means reinforcing good habits, maintaining high energy throughout the season, and ensuring that every player buys into the collective goal of excellence. With Dan Campbell at the helm and a game philosophy that emphasizes effort and dedication, the Lions have all the ingredients to become a defensive powerhouse in the coming years. Sheppard's job will be tough, but the rewards could be immense if he can build a dominant and feared defense. With a new defensive philosophy and a coach determined to change the team's DNA, the Lions enter the 2025 season with great expectations. The question remains, can Kelvin Sheppard turn this unit into one of the best in the NFL? Time will tell, but one thing is certain, this will be a defense that won't give up easily. And you, Lions fan, what do you think of this new defensive approach? Does Kelvin Sheppard have what it takes to transform the team's DNA? Leave your comment. And if you want to keep up with all the latest Lions news, subscribe to the Lions News Fan Report channel.